humans, Suchi here with the Succulents Addicts Association, and today we're going to talk about succulents and why are your succulents dying? What are you doing wrong? What is going on here? So, it's not very uncommon for people to have, you know, some problems and issues with succulents because I have some, I'm pretty sure everybody has some succulents that, you don't really know how to take care of them and they start dying. So right now I'm going to show you some examples of some common mistakes that everyone really, I don't know, at some point in their life they probably do. And I'm going to show you the succulents. So this is the cart where I put most of the succulents that are dying. And so I had two topsy-turvies as y'all seen in my my past video, and I had two of them, and actually one of them died off because of natural death, and it left off its little bloomers and everything, and I don't want to throw it away because I like to keep it. So I'm going to show you some other succulents that have been dying off. My one of my echeverias here is curling, and oops, I'm not sure why this is curling, and I figured it could have been, oh, well, stuff is living under it, no wonder. Yes, you see, sometimes you just have to observe your succulents every single freaking day, and just like, there's a spider underneath it, that's living there, but I'm just gonna leave it because I'm not really sure what causes curling of the leaves, and maybe I just need to cut off its head and start a new plant. Perhaps that's what I should do, because most of those leaves are all bad except for the very, very top ones. And here is actually not doing its best right now. And I have some little baby cacti in here. And, oh shoot, spider web! If I remove the leaves and see the stem, it's extremely thick. So that's a clue. These, they look sad, they look dry. I probably need to increase the soil level. And with this Pulvinata Ruby Blush, it's also dry. There's some burnt leaves. I probably need to remove it and put it in a bigger pot. I have this one that I actually want to root. I haven't watered it. As you can see, it's already rooting. And I have not fed it any water for like 3 weeks or more. And so yes, that's how you make these tiny little things root. You just leave them in some dry soil, and if it's good enough for them, then they'll start rooting, and it's beautiful. I mean, it has some beautiful roots. And I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't really want to mess with them right now. But I'm super excited, so I have to show you this. So I got a leaf cutting from my very, very favorite succulent. This gorgeous beauty right here. It's a Graptopetallum. And yes, I'm so happy that I didn't kill this one. This is actually my second Graptopetallum. I know what they like. I know how they are, and they're my little baby that I actually can connect now. So I learned that you can't really feed this beauty very much water, and if you do water it all the way, and just don't water it for like 3 months or like 5 months or something. Not 5 months. It depends on how moist the soil is still, because sometimes in 5 months, if it's a pot like this that it doesn't have very much drainage on the bottom, but it still does, and it has some on the side as well. So that's a lot of drainage, and it still manages to just keep up all that moisture inside. So yeah, those are my dying succulents. This one, I'm gonna be entirely serious with y'all. So I feel like this one, it needs more soil and needs to be in a bigger pot. It can't be in this tiny little pot, and I feel like that's probably why. And the soil for these, I feel like it should be around up here. even though it has babies, because I have the soy solo, I feel like the soy would have helped it, you know, I don't know, cover it up, because I feel like it's so easy for the leaves to just dry off, you know, and basically burn. It's like they're really sensitive. All of the furry little ones are super sensitive. Those are the ones that I actually have trouble with, except for this one. This one was like, I don't even know what happened. Well, actually, I know what happened. I know what happened. So the reason that it's like that, it got way too much water. Yeah. So that's why this is like that, and that usually happens if you have pots that do not have drainage. Now all of my pots have drainage except for some. This one, the one that was in, it did not have any drainage, and I knew I was supposed to freaking put a hole in there, but I didn't. You know, you live and you learn, and you pay attention to that. Here's my other little succulent. This one is actually called Graptopetala murasaki. Graptopetala murasaki. It's really cute. Yeah, I was so addicted to these at one point in my life, and I finally controlled myself. But yes, I love the ones that I got. Was that a frick? Ah, I think I just touched a freaking worm. I just got it off there. It was so gross. Oh my god. I want to go wash up now. Gross. I washed my hand and I touched the doorknob and now my hand's dirty again. But it should be fine because I can wash my phone now. It's waterproof and it's amazing. And I also made some tea. Ginseng. It's amazing. And it's really good. And it's warm. It's perfect for this weather. As it's fall, you know. But it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. And I love it. The sun is out. But it's still windy. And it's not humid for once in the year. So this is perfect weather, except for allergies. Allergies are freaking high. But that's no biggie, because I don't mind sneezing. I don't mind sneezing. It flexes your abs. Whew. This is my mug. It's an amazing mug, and it's super large, extra large. I think there's like 2 cups in here. 2 to 3 cups. I'm not really sure. It's a lot of tea though. Okay, so we went over 4 specific succulents in this video, and we went over the Echeveria Doris Taylor that had some brown spots in it. Ah, it's my thread. I thought it was a bug. Okay, so we went over the Echeveria Doris Taylor that had some brown burning spots on the top. That I actually cut that one because it started a root rot, and so I cut it. I cut the head off, I saved it, and now I have it rooting as you saw earlier. The other one that we went over was the Pulvinata Ruby Blush, and that one also had some brown spots in it, and the leaves were actually really frail and they kept on falling off. And the other one was the Bear's Paw. The Bear's Paw, it looked very weak. It looked a little bit dry on the bottom. It had a tiny bit of brown spots. And the last one that we went over was the worst one probably, was the Echeveria Subcellis Blue. That's the last one that we went over, and that was the worst. That one was the one that was curling, and the curling usually means overwatering, as you saw in the thickness of the stem. And yes, that is most likely it. That's probably it. Okay, so let's wrap things up. Oh my god, there's a ladybug on my cactus. I don't know if I should interrupt it. I think it's fine. It shouldn't be harmful to them. So, what are you doing? It wants to stay in there. You can't go in there, you silly. Get out of there. Okay, it will come out in its own time, I guess. It better not freaking bite it off, because this is a pretty cacti. I really love this. It's growing so fast, and I love it. And I love the color. It just matches. It's beautiful. It's my very first aloe species. It's gorgeous. So, what we are talking about, the problems of why our succulents are dying. Okay, so the very first one, the Pulvinata Ruby Blush, that one was dying because I feel like we I exposed it to too much sunlight, and that was probably really bad for it. And also, I really need to increase the soil level, because I feel like that would actually allow it to feel more comfortable and not so dried up, because I feel like I feel like it's feeling exposed. And so we don't want that. We want it to be nice and cozy. And so I need to increase the level of soil for that, and obviously decrease the amount of sunlight. So for the bear's paw, I feel like whenever I watered it, it actually started just going downhill from there and just dying off. So the bear's paw, I'm gonna water it less, because I haven't even watered it, but I think it needs some watering. I need to buy one of those moisturizers, thermometer things. Yeah, one of those moisturizer tools. But I will get that. They're like super cheap. I will definitely put that on the link below, because it's a super legit thing to have, you know, if you're a succulent person and you actually care about, you know, the level of moisture inside my baby. The level of moisture inside of, you know, your pots, without putting your finger in there and getting it dirty. So yeah, I feel like for the bear's paw, I should decrease the amount of water that I gave it, and also I should increase the soil just a little bit. Maybe put more, mix the soil with some pumice a little bit more. Pumice in there, so it's a little bit more rocky, has a little bit more drainage. Same goes for my Echeveria Doris Taylor, that actually has a little bit of brown spots on top of it. But that one I feel like it should be better now, since it's away from the sun well, not completely. For the morning it has like a few hours, but the majority of the day. What's up, baby? You okay? I love you. I love you too, big eye. Yeah. So we went over 3, so we're gonna go over the very last one, which was the Echeveria Subtilis Blue, that it had the curling. We witnessed the curling on there, and curling is actually, I didn't really know much about it, but since it happened to me, I feel like it's to the high amount of water that you're giving your succulent, and especially you should look at the type of pots that you have. If you don't have any drainage, then it's most likely gonna curl and die off or rot, and that's what happened to my Echeveria Subtilis Blues. You witnessed the curling. It was just like super, it was frowning hardcore. It was crazy. It was like, I don't like you, owner, you're a bad succulent carer. But yes, we figured out what was wrong with our succulents, and we're gonna try and change them and try to get them feel better, because they're sick right now. Excuse me. And we should not allow that. Succulent power! And cacti power, of course. We need to get that cacti power in there. Okay, so this wraps up my video. This was why your succulents are dying video. And we actually talked about a few problems that that I witnessed through my succulent addiction. That's a good way to put it. Through my succulent addiction. And we went over that, and this is it. If you have any other problems and you actually want to propose stuff, or, you know, talk about some of the issues that you saw in your succulents, and, you know, what you did and what you changed, and if it got better, please tell us, because we definitely want to know that type of information. This is crucial. These are our babies. We need to take care of them. Yes, if you are new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below, because I would definitely want to get to know you. And if you have any succulent loving friends, make sure to share this video with them, because it's like super cool to talk about this type of stuff. And not a lot of people do, because they're like, oh, you know, I don't have any issues with my plants. No, there's issues going on. But until next time, happy propagating.